I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
Welcome to the 34 Motorsports Product Showcase. We're proud to offer the full line of Simpson Racing safety products. The Shark Speedway is a perfect brain bucket to keep your melon as safe as possible. We carry every model and size of Hans device, and these have saved countless lives. The Hybrid Pro Lite is an alternative to the Hans device and is just as effective. The DNA 3-layer suit offers maximum protection when things get hot. And hey dude, those comfy shoes won't help one bit when things go south. Keep those hands ready to work with a pair of Vortex FIA gloves meeting every current standard. From 5 to 7 points, we carry every one of the Simpson harnesses, keeping your rear end right where it should be. Keep all your gear clean and together with the helmet and FHR bag, and always be ready to hop in a race car. Visit 34motorsports.com and order today. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another night of iRacing action here on the National Racing Network. My name is Chris Graham. It is a pleasure to have you hanging out with us here tonight as we get ready for round number 10 of the Indy Pro 2000 Championship. Joined in the booth tonight, as always, by Mr. James Watson. And James, we're back at Spa. This is absolutely fantastic. I love the racing this place produces for the PM18s. We're looking forward to a show here tonight.
Yeah, it seems to be a regular fixture on the calendar, which honestly I don't really have many problems with. It's an incredible track, and it's a really good mix for this car. You got plenty of long straights to help maximize the draft, but you also got a lot of the tough corners that really has to show your driving skill off. So you can't just kind of plot around behind and hang around. You actually have to kind of drive the wheels off this thing if you really want to be up in the front.
Yeah, that's one of the big things that we're going to kind of have to keep an eye on here over the course of the night is what are we seeing on the racetrack here, especially out of these two guys. John Bedifer on the right-hand side of your seat green, Graham Sanders on the left-hand side. They are your points leaders, and they are separated by 14 points entering tonight's race. David Porcelli currently sitting 130 points back, but now, James, we're into the drop weeks. You sort of don't know until the week is truly over, whether that week is going to score. So here next week at the Indianapolis Oval and rounding out the season at Watkins Glen, there really is no chance for these guys to let up.
No, and next week is going to be prime drop week territory for a lot of the guys in the series. So we're not going to have any sort of inkling till we get to Watkins Glen. We're just going to have to guess and do a lot of ridiculous math to try to figure out how, okay, this might be the drop week. If this person finishes here, then it might be their drop. I don't really know.
Yeah, it almost is, quite frankly, not worth the effort to calculate. But with that being said, by the time this race is over in a couple of weeks at Watkins Glen, we're going to have a pretty good idea of who the champ should be, or at least we should have an idea.
Yeah, the closest we're going to get is after Indianapolis. That's because more than likely the Glen shouldn't be too chaotic. I mean, we've been wrong before and we regularly are, so the Glen is probably going to be an abject disaster area now that I say that.
Yeah, quite possibly. Seeing the big wiggle there. Out of the chicane for Nikita Leshtochkin, former Indy Pro 2000 driver. In fact, I don't think he might even still be driving in the series, but pretty cool to see some of the real-world guys back here with us as well. We'll also pick up on the right-hand side of your screen, Mr. Kylo Ciacelli, my partner in crime here for the TNT Series booth. But, man, I'll tell you what, no surprise here, James, as we look back towards the head of the field and Graham Sanders on the left-hand side of your screen, and John Badefer will pick him up on the right-hand side. These guys are out early in qualifying, trying to get the message sent here. This is still their championship that they want to settle between the Geodesic team.
That, and you literally can't lollygag here. You have 8 minutes to to get your laps done. This is about a 2-minute lap. So if you mess around for just a little too longer, you're not going to get your second lap in. So you pretty much have to go right as the lights go green.
Yeah, that's the big one, is get out, get on the racetrack, and actually, let's see here. We'll pick up Graham Sanders here in the full screen as we'll tell you about the weather conditions tonight, presented by our friends at the Weather Center. 71-degree ambient temperature, 87% humidity. Wind's going to be out of the southwest at 13, 14 or so mile an hour under partly cloudy skies. 72-degree track temperature. Any concern getting tires up to temperature here, James, or with it only being a 14-lap race, really maybe not all that much to worry about there, I guess?
I mean, a lot less laps, but this is still a big track. So in my opinion, I feel like it's probably roughly around the same.
Lap times coming in, and we've got a quick time on the right-hand side of your screen. John Badefer, 2 minutes, 13.208 seconds. How about 9/100ths of a second back for teammate Graham Sanders on the outside of the front row provisionally. Ted Burns going to be third quick at a 2 minute, 13.635. Nicholas Daly going to fall back to fifth as David Porcelli moves up to position number 2. We'll pick him up on the right-hand side of your screen. And actually, let's take a look. We'll show you qualifying mode here at the bottom of the screen as well. You'll see your drivers' names pop up as they are getting laps on the board. Nagisio Shikawa getting his first lap in, and it does not score. Same for Nikita Leshtochkin. Carl Lemkool just now getting across the start-finish line. He is barely going to have enough time to get one lap completed. We'll see where he's going to line up. Ted Burns went purple in Sector 2. Graham Sanders took it. Then John Badefer took it. Everybody's slower in Sector 1. But keep an eye on those names on the bottom of your screen. Oh, man, Graham Sanders putting up an overall fastest middle sector, and Badefer's going to beat it.
Man, this is crazy between the two teammates. Literally anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, and he's following tense back here. Let's pick up John Beta for your quick timer here. He's going to be on the right-hand side of your screen. Graham Sanders on the left. I mean, there is almost no difference between the lap times for these guys. Sanders will be the first car to get his lap completed. A little bit of a tail wiggle out of the chicane. Much better drive for Beta for new quick time. Graham Sanders, top of the board. John Beta for 2:12.88. Wow.
Wow.
That was a monster lap from John Betafer. Good Lord. We'll pick up Everett Paddock on the right-hand side of the screen and take a look at, let's see who we have left here on the racetrack. As of right now, it's just going to be Everett Paddock. We'll pick up Carl Lemkool here. Pick up that car's, pick up the onboard here. Such a tight look through that chicane. See where Lemkool's lap time is going to slide in here if he's able to get a lap completed. He is up to the 11th position, and that's going to be it for qualifications here.
Wow, Carl and Yoshikawa ran the exact same time.
Yeah, the lap time for Nagisa Yoshikawa, 2/1000ths of a second faster. That's insane.
It's incredible.
As the field gets out onto the racetrack, let's show you the starting lineup for tonight's race. Starting on the pole will be John Betafer with a lap time of 2 minutes 12.884. Graham Sanders going to line up to his outside on row number 1. David Porcelli and Everett Paddock on row number 2. Nicholas Daly and Chris Preston on row number 3. Ted Burns and Benjamin Kupke on row number 4. Kylo Ciacelli and Nagisa Yoshikawa on row number 5. Carl Lemkool and Russ Addy on row 6.
All right, y'all know it's broadcast
Row
day. Y'all know
7,
it's broadcast
yep.
time, and let's go.
Mike Holler giving the voice commands here to the drivers, so we'll be able to listen into them a little bit tonight. That's a little bit scary. Nikita Lastochkin, Mike Holler on row number 7. Row 8, John Landon and Simon Bell. As we get ready here, James, are we expecting abject insanity here as we make the run down towards turn 1 and then up through Eau Rouge and Radillon? Or what's the thought process here as we get ready to go for these guys?
I mean, we've seen multiple races here, and they've been fairly clean. These guys are so experienced and they know each other so well. I can't imagine we're going to see any dive bombs, craziness, no air raid sirens going on. But again, now that I've said that.
Yeah, really. Thank you, Mr. Jigs. Our buddy's back, James. Tasty. Says, I'm here.
We missed you.
What a close lap. Yes, it was. That one was, yes, that was a show that these guys put on in qualifications. Now it is just about time to go racing. One of my favorite sets of cameras that Connor Baldwin has built for us here at the National Racing Network. Absolutely spectacular work on these. You don't want to miss the start of this one. Field making their way up through the chicane. Not much time to get the tires warmed up. And as always, race fans, the start of this one going to be all yours. first time running down the hill. It's going to be the big block by Graham Sanders. Porcelli swinging to the outside of John Badifer. Oh, what a gutsy move by Badifer. We'll take it. It's going to allow Graham Sanders to open up just the slightest bit of a lead here, but the draft is going to bring everybody back into play. Carl Lemkool having an issue right before the green flag. We'll show you that replay here in just a minute or so.
I was going to say, it wasn't shenanigans, but it looked like a lot of chaos going on right coming out of the bus stop heading to the flag.
Yeah, actually here, we'll bring you up the replay now. See what happened here to the number 12. Lined up next to Nagisio Shikawa. Looks like, yeah, just a little bit too much throttle. But you wonder if that gave anybody a penalty back behind him. Because it, I guess, technically would be a pass before the green flag.
Yeah.
Take you on board here with John Badifer as he tries to catch in on David Porcelli. Oh, man, Porcelli making a big run at Graham Sanders. Into the chicane. Oh, man, that's tight. I don't know which of these screens to watch. The in-car, they are so darn close to each other.
I feel like
go ahead.
I feel like I'm cross-eyed trying to watch both screens right now because both visuals are crazy.
What do you get when you have good camera ops here? Man, that gyro cam really shows you how deep you pitch in before you get the Eau Rouge.
Oh.
Big swing out by Porcelli. I think Porcelli's going to have him here through the chicane.
What a move. Oh, my God.
Wow, what a pass by David Porcelli. Absolutely brilliant into leg home. We'll take that every day of the week. Now, top 5 stretching out just a little bit here. No real battles back in the pack except for back here. We'll pick up Mike Holler. Pull that one up on the side-by-side as he's going to be battling with Ted Burns. A little bit of a surprise there to see Teddy B so far back in the pack. Oh, man, big trouble there, looks like, for Ted Burns. I don't, let's see. Yeah, Ted Burns having an off track. That's going to drop him back to the 12th position. Move a little bit further back here with the race leaders. Kylo Ciacelli and Chris Preston going to do battle, the teammates there. Are they onto the Team Watson Racing Armada now?
Always have been.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been a part of us since last season. Although, who really isn't at this point?
Well, I was going to say, you have about 80% of the drivers on iRacing signed up for Team Watson Racing, but coming 2022 Season 3, Team Watson Racing setups coming to the iRacing servers, and you guys are already seeing some pretty cool success here early on in your little pre-release beta that you have going on.
It's been really impressive, really crazy to see as we see the battle for the lead starting to heat up again. David was starting to eke out, but the draft is really bringing everyone back into play.
Oh, Mike Holler off the racetrack on the right-hand side of your screen. That's going to allow Nikita Lastochkin to come through. That was the fight for the 9th position. on board here with Graham Sanders as he tries to hunt down race leader David Porcelli, who just set a new fastest lap in the race, 2-minute 14.03. This kind of back third of the race course, James, is a little bit, it feels like a bide your time, stay in line, take a little advantage of the draft, but you really got to be set up to make the run out of La Source. The chicane's important, but La Source is even more so here.
Yeah, it really is. Because I believe this might be the most important section of the track because the entry into the bus stop is such a big passing maneuver, and it's kind of a little less hairy to make a move in here than to like come. Whoa, that was a big wiggle.
Stealing my line. John Beta for a new fastest lap of the race. 2-minute 13.659. We'll see if anybody else is going to go new fastest lap here. We've traded it every lap thus far. Seeing more trouble on the racetrack for Carl Lemkool. We'll get to that one in a minute. We've got a battle for the race lead running down into Lake Home. And it's not much of a battle. Graham Sanders easily able to clear David Porcelli. We've talked about this in seasons past, James. The run down the Kemmel Straight and into Lake Home is really important. But we have other passing opportunities later in the lap. You mentioned the run down through Blanchemont in towards the chicane. Do you almost want to set yourself up to be in second making that run, or do you feel like you have to get the pass done earlier in the lap?
I mean, if you wait to the last possible moment, you're setting yourself up for some disappointment. Like, you have to be 100% sure that you can make the pass there. Otherwise, you may be passing up an opportunity for a supposed better one that may not ever come. If you have the opportunity to make it going into La Source or Lake Home, or hold off second going into Lake Home, you do it, because you don't know what's going to happen in later on in the lap. You could make a little tiny mistake in Stavolo or any other part of the track that messes up your opportunity to make that last corner move.
Yeah, because if you screw it up out of Stavolo, that really opens the door for anybody that's chasing you. It's the second big acceleration run. The left-hander at Blanchemont is a little bit tighter, but I think these guys could probably take it almost full throttle. You really have two big, massive straightaway runs here. It's going to be fun to watch this develop here as we go. Porcelli going to pull out of line, and this time John Beta for not sticking with teammate Everett Paddock. He's going to make it 3 wide. Sanders has to back out, but John Betafer is going to go 2 for 1 into Lake Home. What a move there.
Oh my God, that was so impressive. That was so impressive.
Porcelli's coming right back at him.
He gave it a try. You have to give him credit for that.
Oh man, he may be trying it again.
race is intense. It's almost hard to find words.
Once again, a 5-car battle for the race lead shaping up here. 4-car battle. Good run for Nicholas Daly in the 5th position. Porcelli tried the outside into the chicane. He's going to give a little bit up in exit speed. Not a big deal because they're going to make the run down to La Source. A little bit of a run wide there for John Badeford. That one scored as an off track. Oh man, these guys are throwing blocks into Eau Rouge. Forget Radial up the hill. The blocks into Eau Rouge are insane. Graham Sanders having a look. Oh, we're 3 wide again.
Lord. And David comes out with the lead.
Let's go on board here with Everett Paddock. He might have the best seat in the house for this battle.
Yeah, he's just watching these three just trade uppercut after uppercut. Just waiting to pounce on any pieces that might be lying around.
Carl Lempool not having a very fun night at the racetrack here. For that matter, neither is Ted Burns. He's down 9 spots. Need a little bit of smoke kicked up there.
Yeah, this seems to be the no good, terrible, awful, very bad race for the both of them, and that's very unfortunate to see. Woo!
Let's do it again, boys. Into the chicane. Porcelli has the lead. Sanders has the primo position. Oh, Porcelli with a big wiggle. Out of the final corner. Sanders going to lead over the line. Porcelli going to be right there to take the lead back out of La Source. The part I really love about this is the fact that while you have 2 team cars there, we're really not seeing anything that resembles team orders playing into this race just yet. These guys probably could try to hook up and run away from everyone.
Knock on wood, though, I don't know if you realistically can, because we've seen you can just drive around the outside 3 wide.
Where did Nicholas Daly come from? Daly's around Everett Paddock. He's now alongside of John Badeford in the battle for 3rd.
Yeah, Nicholas is the one kind of carrying the banner for downforce tonight. Look at that.
Little bit of a surprise. No Ed Samborski here tonight. Tasty checking in the comments here. Oh, hold on to it. Daly's still wide off the racetrack. And he doesn't give up all that much time. And they remove Spa? Nonsense, I say. I agree with you there, buddy.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Mike Holler and I were discussing this in the pre-race about what our thoughts on Spa are. And I said, from my perspective, I love this place. It puts on some incredible racing for the broadcast. I would imagine for the drivers it can maybe get a little bit tedious. But for us up here in the booth, this place is epic.
Yeah, I feel like it can get tedious for a lot of the guys that run a lot of different things, like the Geodesa guys, like Everett, like David, because Spa is pretty much on every schedule, be it league officials or otherwise. So it's very easy to get burnt out on Spa. So I get the need, I get the reasoning for the powers that be to kind of take a break from it, because it is good to change it up every now and again. And even as great of a track as Spa and the great races it puts on, it doesn't hurt to give some time off.
Yeah, something tells me we may not see it on the schedule next season. We've had it for on the Indy Pro 2000 schedule for 3 or 4 straight seasons now. So you might see it go away, but then again, it's also one of the better kind of strength of field and participation number tracks as well. So we'll see as the schedule comes out here over the next couple of weeks. But already to the halfway point here, working lap number 8, 7 laps to go here at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Liège, Belgium. David Porcelli, your race leader. Graham Sanders second, John Beta for third, Everett Paddock fourth, Nicholas Daly rounding out your top 5. Daly falling back a little bit now after the off-track excursion, but the reality is with the draft here, you're going to be able to make that up semi-quickly, so long as you keep the car on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, I think because you're not quite topping out, you have more draft to work with, so if you fall back far enough, you should be able to catch back up, not like last week with everyone topping out and a second of gap spelling the end for everybody.
New fastest lap of the race for David Porcelli, 2-minute 13.316. They're racing this hard and still setting fastest lap of the race. Is this where we maybe settle in just a little bit here, James, and maybe try to cool the tires off a little bit and make sure you have something for the last couple laps of the race? Or are we starting to see Graham Sanders maybe able to open up a little bit of a gap?
I mean, I definitely think it's calm before the storm, but with the draft and no real major mistakes being made, I can't see Graham just driving off into the distance. Not with when he has who he has chasing him.
Yeah, I would imagine if you're John Betafer, you really don't want to potentially give up any points here, so it's not even like you would back things down a little bit. I mean, the lead is only 100 and... No, I'm sorry. Correct myself. The lead is 14 points for Betafer over Graham Sanders. You don't want to do anything dumb, but you really don't want to let Sanders run away here either.
Nope. And now it looks like they're all caught back up. And we will begin the chaos anew.
Down to 5 to go. This is like watching the dragon of Indy cars at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Trying to break, absolutely insane. How about 3 wide again down the Kemmel Straight? Sanders is the first to back out.
Oh
Porcelli and Betaford still side by side.
This is incredible. Well, I don't think the folks at home realize how much it takes to just keep your foot in it right then and there. Like, you are taking the absolute limit of your bravery to keep your car right there for both David and Graham. Like, it's so easy to just go, I'm gonna back out. But to be able to go for the win this hard, this is incredible to witness.
This has been intense. Oh, a little bit of a bobble there from John Betaford in the race lead. I mean, you could just feel the intensity ratcheting back up here. And especially now that Everett Paddock and Nicholas Daly have caught back in. This is not a three-car battle for the win. We're back to a full-on five-car slugfest for the race win here at Spa. What a dive by Porcelli. Gutsy move.
This is full attack. No one is giving a single inch.
Oh, Porcelli slides wide through La Source. That's going to put Graham Sanders back up to second. Trouble on the racetrack for John Landon. He's back moving again, back to the pole position. Race leaders going to continue their duel. Sanders and Betaford side by side. Porcelli tries to go up the gut.
Excuse me, coming through into the lead.
2 for 1 into Lake Home. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Absolutely mind-blowing stuff from David Porcelli, Graham Sanders, and John Betaford. And Everett Paddock and Nicholas Daly are staring down a race win and a podium. They've just got 3 cars that, quite frankly, are just so darn good in front of them. There's nowhere really for them to go.
Yeah, there's literally nowhere for them to go. Not when they're 3 wide going down the Kimmel Straight. You can attempt the pass in the grass, but sources tell me that that's probably a low percentage move.
Unconfirmed sources?
Is there any other kind?
Get ready to send this entire thing to iRacing. How this series has not been on the iRacing top 10, I have no idea.
Yeah.
iRacing, pay attention, please.
Just
You
send
are
them the
missing
whole
out
video.
on a gold mine. Sanders and Porcelli. Wow, what a pass by Sanders out of the chicane. 3 laps to go here at Spa. Porcelli going to dive inside into La Source. These guys can't try Rouge on too wide. No, Graham Sanders thinks better of it.
Can they? No. Will they? I can't say for sure. Yeah, if you're Everett and Nicholas, you have to make your move now.
Oh, things are getting
Otherwise,
tight.
that's going to happen again.
Now Betaford goes 2 for 1 into the race lead. It almost feels like you don't want to be second. You want to be third with 1 lap to go.
I was just about to say, this kind of flips the entire strategy off onto its head. You can't figure out where you want to be. Like, these guys have to be like the woman doing head in her math meme, just trying to figure out when exactly to make what move.
Thank you to everybody tuned in on YouTube and on Twitch. Leave us a comment. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Team Geodesic or somebody else at the end of this one? Right now, Betafer and Sanders are 1-2, but Porcelli has been there the entire night. Could it be Everett Paddock? Could it be Nicholas Daly? Man, Betafer tries to block teammate Graham Sanders. That's really going to open the door for Porcelli and Paddock. Porcelli way deep into the chicane. Wow, what a pass on Graham Sanders that time.
I tell you, at the rate they're going, it would not surprise me if Chris Preston is the one that ends up winning this race.
There you see him all the way back there. Chris Preston, 4 seconds back of the battle for the race lead.
And that's plenty of time to miss the potential huge melee that's about to happen.
Man, Betafer absolutely all over the racetrack.
Round 5. Ding, 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 ding.
Let's get it on. Porcelli again. Outside into Lacombe. Not going to be close enough that time to squeeze his way through, but he is back up to the second position. What do you do here if you're Everett Paddock and Nicholas Daly? Do you just enjoy the show at this point?
I mean, I feel like in the last previous laps, before they got 3 wide, I feel like Everett and Nicholas should have tried to make a move on the third place car before they got 3 wide, but I just wonder if they're able to, because they're just not able to pull up to the back of the top 3 and actually put their nose in the battle. So I don't know if it's because they can't or because they choose not to and they've committed to the hope they all kill themselves, which is it's pretty plausible at this point.
You almost wonder if Paddock and Daly might not be running the tiniest bit more downforce, limiting top speed a little bit. Because here, where you should be getting a really big suck.
Whoa!
Wow.
That was an off track.
Here's Paddock. He thought about the move. Oh, they're made a big contact! Porcelli
I think
and Sanders.
this might have become a 2-horse race.
It looks like everybody is still clean. White flag is out. Betafer swings it way off track. Serpentining down towards Eau Rouge. Up the hill for the final time. 1 to go. Here comes the move by Porcelli. He's going to be ahead. Sanders is there as well. Betafer back to third. Sanders going to have the premium position through Lacombe. Porcelli keeps the nose there, tries to fight back. Oh, now here comes Betafer down to the inside of Porcelli. Oh my goodness, this is intense. Now the geodesic cars, are they going to be able to settle it amongst themselves? Or are we going to see the big move out of David Porcelli? Oh, Everett Paddock slides off the racetrack just a little bit. That's going to allow Nicholas Daly to challenge him for the 4th position. We're keeping our eyes tied right here at the front. Oh, Porcelli swings out. There's contact. Betafer and Porcelli make contact. Here comes Betafer. He's going to dive up the inside through the chicane. Drag race to the line. John Betafer's going to get the win at Spa. Porcelli and Sanders, 2nd and 3rd. What a finish. Oh, abject insanity. Let's re-rack them. Do it again. Right now. Same field. Just line them up. Let's go. There you go.
Yeah.
Betafer and Sanders here. Side by side. Let's go. Oh, my
14
goodness.
more laps of this, please. Thank you.
Absolutely incredible run tonight. I don't think we had contact amongst the leaders maybe once prior to that last couple of corners. One of the cleanest, best run races we've ever seen.
That was-
James Watson's
I got no
speechless.
I am. That was how they didn't destroy themselves. I just cannot believe that was unbelievable driving. You can't ask for better racing than that. You can't ask for closer racing than that. That was just unbelievably shocking.
Let's run through your top 5 here. John Betafer gets the win over David Porcelli and Graham Sanders to complete the podium. Everett Paddock and Nicholas Daly complete the top 5. Daly, 1.3 seconds back of the race win. Oh my goodness, 5 cars within less than a second and a half at the finish of this one here tonight at Spa. Chris Preston finishes 6th, Nagisa Yoshikawa 7th, Kylo Ciacelli 8th, Benjamin Kopke 9th, and Mike Holler rounds out the top 10. Nikita Lastochkin, John Landon, Simon Fell, Ted Burns, Carl Lemkel, and Russ Addy round out the 16-car field here this evening. I don't even know where we start this conversation here, James. Let's see. We'll start with our race winner tonight. No other way we could start this one. Absolute insanity out of the Indy Pro 2000 championship here tonight. And the guy getting your race win, piloting car number 2 this evening, Mr. John Betafer. John, was that fun by any chance?
Yeah, it is fun. 14 laps of just pure draft lock and side by side. So, I think we tried to stay single file for a little bit to maybe cut down the number of cars, but that didn't really work. So, it was just kind of going for it. And I think the ideal spot to be was 3rd, going on to that last lap. I think I just got a little lucky with Graham making a mistake in the bus stop there. He got a little loose. So.
That was what James and I had discussed a little bit earlier in the race was, did you want to be 3rd on that last lap? Ultimately, you were able to hold everybody off, even with a little bit of a mistake yourself, coming out of La Source. What's that racing like in the cockpit, though, where you know you're going to be 2 wide, you were 3 wide for, I think, 5 laps down the Kemmel Straight. Is it mentally exhausting? Is it physically exhausting? A little bit of both?
I think everyone was playing pretty nice. So the 3 wide, I mean, it's definitely a little stressful, but as long as everyone leaves some space, it's fine. And I think going as the lead car up, the Kemmel there, you kind of know you're going to get your doors blown off. So you just park it on the inside and just wait till the next lap. So but it's a lot of fun just being able to kind of work on your racecraft throughout the race and kind of figure out a spot. I think with 2 to go, I told Graham, I think David's going to try and be in third. He had done it a couple times, and so we were trying to work out a way where one of us could be in third, and it happened to be Graham. Then I was able to get by David after Lacombe, which was big, or else I probably didn't have a chance. So
Well, I'll tell you what, bud,
it was a good race.
it was a fantastic show you guys put on for the viewers here tonight. We really appreciate it. And before we let you go, get all those sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yeah, thanks to Team Alpine Stars Geodesic Racing, Graham for doing the race with us every week here. The guys back in the Discord watching. We want to thank Olmagato, Wave Italy, GoPro, and GSI.
All right, bud. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you checking in with us here. And let's bring in our runner-up finisher tonight here, Mr. David Porcelli. And, man, I'll tell you what, David, this was it was fantastic to watch. It was interesting that John mentioned that it looked like you wanted to be third at the 1 to go. Is that what you were thinking in the cockpit? And did it hurt you a little bit having teammates that at least could be in communication trying to disrupt what you were doing?
Well, in the short run, it's hurting me a little bit. But in the long run, this is one of the greatest challenges I've ever had to face. I have to beat 2 guys, so I really think it's sharpening my blade. And in the meantime, I'm having some amazing fun trying to get past 2 guys. So to answer your question about going into the final lap, no, I was happy in second. I felt like I had a good enough shot at strategically positioning myself against the other 2. And Graham, credit to him, saw just barely his car's width on my left side, and he went for it. And had I had just a hair sooner been able to pop on John, then Graham wouldn't have had that spot. So yeah, it was really a toss up based on your exit speed and how close the cars were going into Eau Rouge. But I felt like I had control in second or third. The only place that you were sort of, I don't know, up a certain creek is if you were in the lead.
It's funny. I opened the interview with John by saying, "Was that fun?" And the answer was kind of ho hum, like, yeah, it was draft lock, some side by side. I don't know. For me, watching this, that was edge of your seat kind of stuff for 14 laps. Does Spa need to stay on this schedule permanently, or do you want to see it kind of take some time off in rotation a little bit?
I think that was a phenomenal race. Every single one of us was put to the limit of our skill side by side with each other. We got to race a number of different drivers each, and I think that's what the people want to see. So, yeah, I had a blast.
Yeah, it was fun for sure for us as well. Thank you very much for putting on an absolutely incredible show here tonight. And before we let you go, make sure you get all those sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yeah, man, I'm tired. Let's see if I can think. Racecraft 1 Indianapolis, Team Watson Racing, hi to the family, and thanks to National Racing Network for putting on a great show every week. Oh, yeah, and I told you I'd see you this week, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, and man, that was so much fun. One more Victory Lane interview for the night here, and it is Graham Sanders, your 3rd place finisher here this evening. Graham, it was interesting when we talked to John. He said that you guys were trying to keep David out of 3rd. What's the thought process like going through your head on that, going into that last lap, knowing that you not only have a shot at the win, but you also sort of need to be the good teammate at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, especially now that John and I are we're neck and neck in the points. I think we have been pretty much all season. So it's like we want to be smart with each other, but at the same time we're battling for a championship here. So, but yeah, as far as that last lap, I think being in 3rd is is the place to be. And yeah, I just a little bummed that I botched it there in the last chicane. I think I'm more bummed that I lost second to David than losing first to John. But yeah, that was a fun race.
What's the thought process here now the rest of the way this season? Obviously, a few more days to get some runs in here at Spa, but next week we head off to Indianapolis on the oval, which we're a little bit unsure of what we could see there. Then we head off to Watkins Glen, another place known for great racing. How do you manage wanting to win with you kind of figuring out where your drop weeks might be? And I would imagine there's a lot of mental gymnastics that are going to go into this over the next couple of weeks in terms of the championship.
Yeah, I mean, really, all I can do is just try to do as best as I can, and that's super cliche to say, but I'm not great at the ovals, but it's usually the shorter ovals that I struggle at. Indy is probably going to be a bit of a snooze fest, to be honest. It's just going to be flat out the whole way, and whoever just times it right on the last lap is going to be the winner. Watkins, though, I'm super excited for. This car on that track is one of my favorites, so I'm really looking forward to that one.
Do you guys put a bunch of setup time into the oval at Indianapolis, knowing that you're probably talking thousandths separating pole from third or fourth, fifth, and that's really could dictate what the outcome of the race is?
Not. I'll be honest, not really. John puts in a little bit more work with the setup. He usually takes a school setup and then makes a few tweaks. And I usually just kind of adapt to it. So thanks to him for really getting everything dialed in. But yeah.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations on picking up a very fine third place finish here tonight. Absolutely epic battles here at the front. Thank you for putting on an incredible show here tonight. And before we let you go, make sure you get all those sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yeah, of course. I want to thank the team, all the sponsors, Alpine Stars, GoPro, Wave Italy, GSI. A huge congrats to John on the win, first of all. And then, of course, you guys for the broadcast. Thanks, guys.
All right, bud. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And with that, man, oh, gosh, James, are you breathing again yet, bud?
No.
Dynamite drop in there, Monty.
Like, that might be... That's easily a top 5 race in the series that we've broadcasted. And then that's heavily lowballing it.
Yeah.
Like the last few times we've been here, it's just been unbelievable. Like, let's not forget the last time we were here, Ted won that race by literally a quarter of a wing. Like, this place does not fail to put up an all-time race. And it's glad that we have this to keep warm, because we don't know what's going to happen next week.
One thing we know for sure is James Watson will not be in the booth with me. We'll see who, unfortunately, but I can pretty much guarantee he'll be watching the show here. We'll see who we're going to bring into the booth with us next week. Maybe we'll do that one radio style. Maybe we'll try to put together an actual radio crew for next week. That could be fun. Because we're going to need a lot of voices to call a parade, quite frankly. The community, the voters got what they wanted. They are getting the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But man alive, that place is going to be... I mean, they get draft locked here at Spa. There is no way that they're going to be able to get out of line to make the pass. Unless somebody goes really dumb and like tries to run the apron or something. But with that, it is time for us to get the heck on out of here. We're going to do some testing on this Indy Pro 2000 car at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But we got a lot of content coming up here on the National Racing Network as well. First off, on Sunday afternoon, it will be the Pizza at the Pagoda watch party for the Firestone Fast 12 and Firestone Fast 6 qualifying to set the first 4 rows of the grid for the greatest race in the world, the Indianapolis 500. Time trials qualification coverage will kick off about 5 minutes or so before the broadcast does on NBC. Keep your eye on the weather as well. Things aren't looking totally great for Indianapolis this weekend. Ton of coverage coming up next week. Tuesday, we're going to record the pre-Indy edition of the Pizza at the Pagoda show. Plus, we're also going to have coverage on the High Side Hustle with Burt Wojcik and Adam Rubright. And oh, by the way, we've got all our regular racing stuff as well coming up Monday night. It will be the Fuel Premier Series. Tuesday, I think we have the TNT Shock Series. I could be wrong, though. Wednesday night, it will be the Sim Racers Club. Thursday night, the Indy Pro 2000 Championship. And then it is time to get ready for the greatest racing weekend of the year. Monaco, followed by Indianapolis, followed by Charlotte. The party kicks off here at NRN World Broadcast Headquarters about 7 a.m. in the East Sunday morning. And I think we're going to have a watch party for the 500, but we'll update that on you next week. With that, it is time for James and I to get the heck on out of here. For my co-host, and actually, hold on. We got to get the comment here before we get off the air. Tasty. Chris and James, y'all are awesome. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. We'll take the kudos. I'm an attention whore a little bit. With that, we're getting the heck out of here. For James Watson and everybody here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will talk to you all soon. Have a great night, everybody.